Now, we'll be talking now about ways to support our children's cognitive development. One thing that we can do is we can use mindfulness activities with kids to help calm their brain after trauma. We can consciously calm our brains by focused activity. Sesame Street has a great video called Breathe to help children learn to do this. Another thing that we can do is play games that help kids focus, like I Spy, Simon Says, Duck Duck Goose, Legos, building blocks, playing Jenga, just any game that helps them concentrate and pay attention for a little while. That's helping to build their skills. And when you do those things with your child, you can help support development of those skills. We can also scaffold intentionally our children's development. We can give them plenty of support in doing new activities and then back off our support as they build their competence. And this helps to build their confidence rather than frustration as they feel successful. If you think about you when you're first learning to do something, you might need a little bit more support in the very beginning to figure it out. And then as you get it, you just take on the responsibility. Well, kids are very much like that. We can also help our kids plan by talking with them, like maybe about what to do during the morning or afternoon. Have them think about what they want to do with some different activities as a suggestion for them, and then they get to choose from them. But be flexible if they change their mind as well. These are skills that are just beginning to develop for young children.
We can play all sorts of sports with our kids that can help to promote spatial awareness. Some of those might be like tossing a ball, baseball, soccer, football,
and other fun games where kids have to move around in space. And as they do those things, they begin to develop hand-eye coordination, but also just how things move in space as well. Whatever has happened, let them know that it was not their fault if they've experienced some type of traumatic event, because kids during this age period, remember, tend to believe that they can cause anything to happen. And they're very egocentric as well. And what we want to do is help them understand that, especially when hard things happen, it is not their fault. We want to name, validate, and normalize their feelings. So we might just say what it is based on what we see in our child, what we think they might be experiencing. Validate those feelings. I would feel that way also if I had been hit by my brother, for example, and normalize those. It's okay. A lot of people who experience this feel similarly. One other thing to think about is their love for pretend play. We see a lot of their feelings come out in pretend play. So, you might just follow along and help kids express those feelings through play, and name and normalize again and validate those feelings. Sometimes kids have scary memories. We might let them talk about them and let them know that they're safe, that you're there and you will help to keep them safe. If there's any reason children are not safe, do whatever you can to ensure that they are safe. Nobody can thrive in an environment where we don't feel safe. So we want to create an environment of safety. Because their brains might be stimulating the amygdala, that fear center of their brain, and keeping that child in fear mode, their brain's a little bit more hypervigilant to whatever's happening. We want to do whatever we can to relax their brains through being there to support your child, spending time with them, playing with them. And, as parents, we need to understand that they're going to be having additional needs as they recover from trauma, and we're part of their recovery. We're actually the biggest part of their recovery. Now, as we just think about different ways to support your child's cognitive development overall, there are so many things we could do. We can sing songs with them, do finger plays, read books and tell stories, play counting games, sing the alphabet song. Have your child find shapes and colors in your home. Like, a door is a rectangle, as are windows and light switches. Door handles are often circles. Oranges are also often circles or maybe ovals. We can sing songs that combine singing with actions, like if you're happy and you know it. Have your child help you sort laundry into dark, light, and white clothes. Have your child match socks. Let your child help with cooking. Play with your child with cups, bowls, spoons, and maybe beans or rice or water, especially outside for some of those activities. But these things help them, just their brain, figure out mathematical concepts, for example, as well as language when they're working with us. Play outside with your child, exploring nature, bugs, looking for shapes, playing with a ball, making mud pies. They might want to create food through their play, pretend food, because so much of what kids do is through pretend play. And this is a way, pretend play is a way where they exist at a higher level than what they do in reality. And this is because kids are trying to figure these things out. They're just trying to understand. Like, for example, us telling them no or making them delay their gratification. We'll see them act this out in their pretend play, and this helps them to actually be able to deal with and understand these things at a higher level. And we might also play memory type games and play stacking games with blocks or cups. There are just so many things that we can do to support our kids' cognitive development. And these are just a few ideas to support you as you are supporting your child.